Hi, and welcome along to AFTV. That's it, another defeat. 3 defeats on the bounce. 4 defeats in our last 5 games. This is a team going for the top 4. Arsenal Football Club. I'm so... I don't know. It's not angry. I'm just gutted. Yet again, we go into the game knowing that Tottenham have lost. And what's our response? We lose as well. I don't think it was as bad a performance as it was against Brighton because I didn't think the necessary effort was there right from the beginning. I think it was from Arsenal. I think the Southampton's goal was completely against the run of play. We switched off for a moment, conceded a goal. We battered them really, but their goalkeeper was on fire and we couldn't break them down. So it wasn't like last week's game in that aspect, but it's another defeat. And now we drop into 6th place. And how we are even still in with a shout of getting the top 4, I do not know. I just got a message a minute ago from Toby, Tottenham fan, taking the mick. I'm thinking, bro, what are you talking about? You're bottle jobs as well. You lost as well at home to Brighton in a game that you lot were laughing about us at last week. All teams. United won, but they could have slipped up against, Norwich. But what Man United have got and what Tottenham have got, which we lack, is players that can score goals. And it's not a diss on Eddie Nketiah, for instance, who was up front today. It's very difficult for him. But they've got killers and we haven't. Anyway, let me get into the player ratings. First of all, Aaron Ramsdale in goal. I don't know. There was a couple of the guys in the studio that were saying they thought he should have done better with a goal. I think it's very difficult when a player's like really close to you and hits a shot straight at you. I'm not sure if he could have done better with that. Possibly on the day you can pull off a worldie and save that. I don't think he can cop the full blame for that goal. But I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. Yeah. Right back Cedric today. Please don't let Cedric take any more set pieces. No more free kicks. He can take corners, but no more. Why is he taking free kicks? Every single one he took was terrible. He did it last week. They were terrible last week as well. He didn't have a particularly bad game. But let me give him 5 out of 10 as well for Cedric. On the other side, Nuno Tavares, I thought he did all right. Listen, coming into the game, so much pressure on him. I was glad that he started the game. He should have started last week. The team had a better balance with him in there. You could see that he wasn't being over ambitious getting forward. He got forward sometimes. I thought he had a fairly decent game. He got taken off just because of the change of tactics. I'll give Nuno Tavares a 5 as well. Moving into the 2 centre halves, Gabriel again. You know what? They hardly had anything to do because basically Southampton just went completely Burnley on us today. They were just long balled. They just launched it, and Gabriel dealt with it okay. I don't think he was particularly at fault for the goal. He's 5 out of 10. Ben White, I thought, though, had a poor game today. I didn't think he played well at all. He defensively, he wasn't as good as he normally is. I think it was a bit under par game for him. I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. Moving into the midfield, Sambi Lokonga today. Listen, he's a young player. He's an up-and-coming player. He's going to be a top player for Arsenal. But at this moment in time, the gap, the gulf between having a Thomas Partey in that midfield area and Sambi Lokonga is huge. And that's because Thomas Partey is an experienced player. So there were times today when Sambi Lokonga got into positions where I'm like, hit a shot, try something different. He passed it. That's what happens when you're a young player, inexperienced player, because you're like, I don't really want to make a mistake at a critical point of the game, so let me pass it. Let me do the safe thing. A more experienced player might say, let me have a shot right now. Or, let me try this sort of different type of pass, a different flick or something like that. Because sometimes to unlock a team that's got every single player behind the ball, you have to try something different. And that's what he didn't really do today. But it's hard to be harsh on the kid, man. 5 out of 10 for him today. Granit Xhaka as well today. Again, this is what we're talking about. We want more from players like him. These are the type of games where you're looking at it and saying, we need more from you. You didn't play badly. You know, it's not like a thing you look on it and say, oh, Granit Xhaka was terrible today. He weren't. But this is the games where we need more. We need more as the experienced player. We need more from a player like you, where it was just an average performance. 5 out of 10 for Granit Xhaka. Martin Odegaard today, I'm going to give him a 4. I thought he was quiet today. For a player of his high standards, he was captain. Actually, no, scrub that. I'm going to give him a 5. Because he was trying. He was working. But it just wasn't his day today, especially, starting the game as captain. So 5 out of 10 for him. Saka today, quiet. Had a chance, big chance. The ball, if you look at it, it kind of hit a little deflection. So when he hit it, it was slightly behind him. He was sort of did well to get a shot off. They marshalled him pretty well. Every time he got the ball, 3-4 men on him, fouls on him. We know the drill now. It was a quietish game for him. I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. And then Martinelli, I thought he was even quieter. He was very, very quiet today. A bit non-existent in the game, if I'm being honest. Probably his poorest game I've seen him play for a long time. I think below average for him. I'm probably going to give him a 4 out of 10. Down the middle, Eddie Nketiah. I thought Eddie Nketiah worked really hard. There was a time in the start of the game where he was pressing brilliantly. He pressed their defence into a mistake. He did. And then the thing is about it, right? I know I was talking about strikers and the fact that we've got no strikers, so it's no surprise. But he didn't really get any service today, did he? What was the service? I think there was one ball sort of played into him where he tried to do a sort of little back flick. There was a lot of times when balls were being floated in to Eddie Nketiah. I'm taller than him. Fraser Forster's about nearly 6'9". What's the point in that? They've got big defenders in Bednarek, and I didn't understand it. So it's very harsh to be, down on Eddie Nketiah today. I thought he was the liveliest of the front three, if I'm being honest, in the first half. But I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. But this is where you probably need some clinical striker that when you're not receiving the service, you go and make something happen. You maybe drop deep for it or you do something different. That's where you need to bring in your killers. And that's what Arsenal don't have. And whether it be Eddie, whether it be Lacazette, we don't have that. We used to have it with Aubameyang. So in a games like this, before his form dipped, he could get us out of a game like this because he'd score a goal out of nothing. Or he'd be a bit more creative and do something. But can't blame Eddie today. It just weren't his day. No service. Substitutes who came on, Pepe tried to make a few little things happen, but too late by the time he come on. 5. Same for, who else came on? I'm forgetting who else came on now because they made no impact on the game. Emil Smith-Rowe, actually. How would I forget him? He actually had a big chance, actually, that he didn't really hit it cleanly. There was a defender just coming in on him just as he was getting ready to hit it. And then Fraser Forster pulled off a great save. And again, he's looked a little off colour recently, but getting not much time for him to do anything. So a 5 out of 10 for him. And basically nothing else off the bench. There was nobody else to bring on. Again, big problem. This is what we went with in January. The manager, Mikhail Arteta. Do you know what? Again, it's hard to blame people on games like this. The attitude was right and everything was right. But what he's discovered, which he was part of, with Edu and the board, was the massive gamble that they took in January that is now absolutely coming back to haunt them. Not bringing in a striker, not bringing in a midfielder who could create things, has come back to haunt them. Without Partey, without Tierney, just a couple of players missing, and without buying a striker, the team looks, in certain games, very ordinary again. And that was Mikhail Arteta's decision. He lives and dies by it. If it works out, well done, you was right to hold on to the summer. Well done, congratulations. If it don't work out, you're going to cop the blame for it. And top 4 is slipping away. He's got to get this team motivated now for that game against Chelsea. Huge game. If we don't win that game, that's our game in hand down the drain. And then the pressure's back on us again. Man United at the weekend, then West Ham. Can he turn things around in those games? At the moment, you look on it and say no chance, but let's see. Let's judge him and see what he can do after those. But on today, 5 out of 10 as well. Referee today, I thought he let too many things go too early, but he wasn't particularly bad. So I'll give him a 5 out of 10. And all round, it wasn't a great game. It was basically a scrappy goal that Southampton got. And then after that, they just said, right, we're parking. Well, even before that, they parked the bus. They took every ball. They went long. They didn't try to play any football whatsoever. They just played a long ball game. But you know what? They won. It worked. It failed for us. And we are in big trouble in getting into the top, even the top 6 now. You know, West Ham will be full of confidence. Even that is going to be a struggle. Arsenal, 3 defeats in the last 3, chasing the top 4. I think if we don't win 2 out of our next 3, the top 4 is over. This show is brought to you by Manscaped. Use the code AFTV for 20% off your order and free shipping at manscaped.com. Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.